Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CarAlarm podcast. My name is Alex.
And I'm Gavin.
Today we're reviewing Monday Night Raw from July 24th, 2017. And you didn't see this, correct?
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, I'm here.
A little heads up, we'll be watching SmackDown. Sorry, folks.
Oh, what a surprise. Okay, so, the show opens with Kurt Angle coming out, and he kind of talks for a bit about last week's Jordan thing, Jason Jordan being his son. And he says that Jordan's debut match on Monday Night Raw will be tonight. And he begins to announce who will face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. He says Brock Lesnar's opponent will be, and then you hear Braun. Braun Strowman comes out, and he basically just says that I better face Brock Lesnar. Lesnar's scared of me, and I'm going to break him, and I'm going to take the Universal Championship. When I believe Samoa Joe comes out and says that he doesn't fear Braun Strowman, and that he should face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Then Roman Reigns comes out. Reigns goes over all his accomplishments, his tag team championship, U.S. championship. When did he win the U.S. championship? I don't remember that.
With the Shield.
I thought that was Ambrose.
No, not with the Shield.
When did he win that? I do not remember that.
I don't either. I remember him with the belt.
I don't.
I don't remember when or who he won it from.
Okay, well, regardless, 3-time WWE World Champion, retired The Undertaker, main event of WrestleMania 3 years in a row. Royal Rumble winner as well, he said. That's all he really said, and said he deserves a shot. So Kurt Angle says, I've changed my mind. It's going to be a fatal 4-way in the main event of SummerSlam.
Yes, I get Braun Strowman in the main event of SummerSlam.
Yep, and Samoa Joe. So it's not Roman versus Lesnar, thank God. Roman probably is going to win still. And I don't want that.
I want Braun to win.
I don't. I want Joe to win. I think Joe deserves it more than anyone else right now. Braun's young. Braun's a young guy. I think he's like, what, in the mid-20s or something?
Probably.
And he doesn't need a championship right now, especially not a world title. Tell you what, give him the IC title. Let him kill people there. I know it's a step down from the world title, but he can make that title look really good, and he can have a championship, and you can get him championship ready and see what he's like with the title.
He can feud with the Miz over it for a while.
Yeah. It would be. Oh, I don't know. He'd probably just job out the Miz and the Miz Taraj.
But he is way bigger than the Miz.
Yeah. 3 men end up brawling. Nothing really too big. Just your usual. They're fighting. Refs come out to stop it. Braun Strowman kills all the refs, and then the locker room comes out to break them all up. Yeah. So Fatal 4 is gonna be great at SummerSlam.
I can already assume it's going to be a great match. Because, you've got Braun Strowman, my favorite guy on Raw right now. You've got Joe, who is incredible, especially for his size. Roman Reigns, who is pretty good. And you've got Lesnar, who just kills people.
Roman's good in the ring. He's just a terrible character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lesnar's going to F5 Strowman. That's going to be nice to see.
It's going to be awesome.
But next up, we have Finn Balor versus Elias Sampson in a no disqualification match because of last week when Finn Balor got killed with a guitar. So, the match goes on for a while. It's pretty good. Balor ends up, like, I'd say 2/3 through the match. Balor just takes the entire last 1/3 of the match and just destroys Sampson with a steel chair. He ends up, Sampson kind of tries to slide out of the ring, and Balor takes the apron and lifts it up over him all the way up to his waist and just punches him and then jumps on the apron and kicks him, stomps him, and then he does his little running kick. And from that point on, Balor wins the match, basically. He just gets a steel chair and starts destroying Elias Sampson. Drop kicks him into the corner, coup de grace him. But right after the coup de grace, the lights go out. Bray Wyatt's in the ring. Sister Abigail's Finn Balor. And Elias Sampson crawls like he's a zombie to Finn Balor and pins him to get the victory. Now, I don't like Balor losing, but I was perfectly fine with this because he pretty much destroyed Elias Sampson in a squash match the last half.
Yeah,
so
I'm perfectly fine with it because, it shows, hey, Bray Wyatt's actually interested in this with me. Now I have to kill him.
Yeah. Plus, it shows Balor's really strong.
Yeah.
And much higher league than Sampson.
And also that he will try and kill someone.
Yeah. He was hitting him with a steel chair. It was really nice. I really liked seeing Finn Balor just go all out trying to kill a guy. You know. Um, there was rumors of Balor having a concussion after the guitar thing, but there's
really
no way.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not true.
Yeah, there's no way that was accurate. They wouldn't let him compete with a concussion. But yeah, that's it really. I'm sure Balor and Wire are gonna face at SummerSlam. Demon's gonna be out. That's gonna be great.
That's gonna be phenomenal.
Yep, I agree. The next match we have is Enzo Amore versus Big Cass.
Again?
Yep. Once again, it's a squash match. Big Cass destroys Enzo for a good 5 minutes. He hits a big boot. Not as much though. Enzo did get more hits in. Big Show comes out after Cass because Cass was gonna big boot him again, I believe. But Cass threatens to kill Enzo Amore by breaking his neck. Literally. I'm not even exaggerating.
He tries to break his neck.
He had Enzo in the ring with a hand on his chin and a hand on his head. He was like, Big Show, you come in here, I'm going to break his neck. I was like, Jesus. So, went on for a little long. I'm sure Cass will be fighting Big Show at SummerSlam as well. That's probably going to happen.
I don't want to see the Big Show. I'm sorry. I don't like him.
Me neither. I can take him in little doses, but I don't really want him in any feuds or anything. So next up we have backstage. Kurt Angle was talking to that new interviewer woman. I should know her name. Charlie, I think her name is.
I think that's her name.
And Emma ends up walking up and saying that she deserves more of a spotlight, and that a way for her to get it, she kind of brainstorms about how she could get it, and she says she's going to start dating Jason Jordan to get Kurt Angle's attention. So Angle says he'll give her a match against Nia Jax, which happens next, and it's a squash match, about 3 minutes. Nia Jax wins clean, of course.
Well, I figured she would. You know, it's Nia Jax and Emma.
But Emma's so good.
She is.
It's sad. I mean, I know Nia Jax has to be booked as a strong, but why wouldn't you do this with, like, Alicia Fox? Plus, Alicia Fox was dating, like, what? Alexander, Swan, and Noam Dar at once, so you could just do that with her. Be like, oh, maybe I'll date Jason Jordan, and then you get Alicia Fox squashed, and Emma still can have something, hopefully.
Because why would we use jobbers good? I mean,
Yeah.
Look how they're using James Ellsworth.
I think he is actually being used good.
No. Him being used on TV at all is not being used good.
Alright, well, nonetheless,
Put
let's
Enzo
continue.
in his spot, like we've been saying.
Yeah, but I think they should have a feud for that. And Enzo wins. Why would you have Ellsworth win? Let's move on. Titus O'Neil is backstage to tell Akira Tozawa that he canceled his Monday Night Raw match with Arya Daivari. They had a match on 205 Live. They showed it on Raw. Tozawa did end up beating Arya Daivari clean, even with the injured shoulder, kayfabe injured, I believe. So O'Neil said he canceled his match out of protection for Akira Tozawa. Tozawa gets up, starts yelling, and is just angry, and he walks to the ring and says he's going to call out Daivari for his match, even if they don't have a ref, basically. So Tozawa storms to the ring, all while yelling at Titus O'Neil, who's closely following behind, trying to stop him. And I like the way they did this because Tozawa was kind of walked through the ring, and I mean the backstage area onto the ramp.
Yeah.
And they didn't start playing his music until he was about halfway through the ramp, which that's nothing big, but I like that because it kind of looked like it was like unplanned, you know? They're like,
yeah.
Oh, we didn't expect Tozawa. Get his music, guys. Play it. So that was just a little thing that I like. I like little stuff like that, little nuanced stuff. It just makes it easier to what?
Makes it worth it.
Yeah, and just easier to indulge yourself in, I guess, because for the lack of a better word. So Tozawa calls out Arya Daivari, as was his plan, but the Cruiserweight champion, God of the Cruiserweights, Neville.
I think it's King, sir.
I think he needs an upgrade now that Aries is gone. Neville answers instead. Neville trash talks Tozawa for a bit before entering the ring, and Tozawa just knocks Neville out. He hits him. He then he knocks him down with a forearm, I believe, and then hits his top rope senton.
I like that little senton though. It's great.
Me too. It looks good too. Before Daivari comes out, because Tozawa's selling his shoulder from the senton, because it's still taped up heavily. Daivari comes out and does his finisher move or whatever on both men, and he's standing tall to close the segment, which I'm fine with.
I think I know what we're having at SummerSlam.
A triple threat?
Yep.
Probably, yeah. Ari Daivari came out from nowhere, but I'm fine with it.
He's good.
I don't care too much about who's fighting for the Cruiserweight title. I just really would like them to get more successful, you know?
Yeah. Because they are incredible.
All of them are great wrestlers, everyone on the roster. Noam Dar is probably the least skilled, but he's good still.
Yeah. Even Jack Gallagher is incredible.
Jack Gallagher is great, yeah. Ari Daivari is really good too. So is Mustafa Ali is amazing.
Yes, he is.
Neville's a god. So, there you go.
Austin Aries is incredible, even though he's not a...
He's the greatest man on the planet. Sadly, the greatest man on the planet is not in WWE. But...
guess we'll get him back in TNA.
I doubt he's going there. I hope he goes to Japan, honestly. That'd be good.
That'd be amazing.
Or go to WCPW, Ring of Honor, maybe. If he goes back to Ring of Honor, I feel like he's going to win that title immediately. That's a returning star. They don't have that very often.
Nope.
Aries was huge in TNA, and then in WWE he had some good stuff too. Sadly, not as much as I would have liked. But Aries in Ring of Honor, that made me start watching again.
It'd make me watch.
All right, let's continue. Kind of got off track there for a little while. Bayley versus Sasha Banks in a #1 contenders match to face Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. This match was really good. It was slow at first before the commercial break. After the commercial break, they had a good 10 or 15 minutes, I think, to just go at it. And as you would expect from these two, it was a really good match.
Yeah, I bet.
Bayley hits a frog splash, or I'm sorry, Sasha hits a frog splash, kind of reminiscent of Eddie Guerrero, because that's her idol.
Yeah.
And goes through the cover, but Bayley kind of uses the momentum to roll through, and 1, 2, 3, Bayley's gonna face Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam.
As long as it's not a kendo stick on a pole match, I'm gonna like it.
I think so too. I think Sasha and Bliss would have been a better matchup, visually, I think, and also just fresh. It's fresher than Bayley versus Bliss, who had a rivalry, not even 2 months ago?
Yeah.
So I would have rather that. But I'm fine with it. Bayley's great. If any way to try and make her character even somewhat relevant again, I'm game for.
Me too, because I like Bayley a lot.
She's good. She's really good. The next match is Jason Jordan's Monday Night Raw debut against Kurt Hawkins. Can you guess how this goes?
Kurt Hawkins loses?
Squash! That's what I wrote down. I only wrote one word to describe each match for Jax and Jordan, and that is squash. That's all you need to know. Jordan, of course, perfect in the ring, basically.
Yeah.
Him and Chad Gable, I've never seen him botch anything. And every move they do looks like just a swan in that ring. So there you go. Good. Jordan's got some new videos and stuff, Tron's new Tron thing, but he's still got American Alpha's theme song. So I don't know if Gable's going to still have American Alpha's theme song as well, or if they're going to give Gable something new.
We'll find out.
Yep, we'll find out on SmackDown, hopefully. Please get Chad Gable on SmackDown Live doing some important stuff very soon.
Have him feuding for the U.S. title.
I feel like that's Nakamura's job now, though. We're getting into SummerSlam, so I think he's going to be a little bit down the line. Have him and Ty Dillinger. I'll watch the kickoff if you give Ty Dillinger and Chad Gable 20 minutes.
That would be phenomenal.
Yeah, it really would.
I would love that.
Next up, we have an in-ring interview with the Revival. While they talk about how basically they're the best in the world tag team wise. They're the best tag team on Monday Night Raw, all over the place. Before the club, formerly known as, I guess, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows come out and say, "You're not the best, we're the best." And I think this was kind of a face turn for them because they were kind of praising Washington. Like, Washington is a brotherly town for brothers. And everyone was like, "Yeah, Washington." So I think this is kind of a half face turn. I thought that, but then they got into the ring with the Revival, and then the Hardys came out. Oh, excuse me. It was a tag team match, the Revival versus Anderson and Gallows. Mid-match, it was not a long match. Hardys came out, distracting the Revival. Then Anderson and Gallows threw the Revival outside the ring, and Gallows and Anderson were then distracted by the Hardys because you can't take your eyes off those shiny guys. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but I'm going to start saying that more often now. Hope you don't hate it. And then Revival got the Shadow Machine on, I think, Anderson, and they got the win. But I'm expecting a triple threat at SummerSlam for the Tag Team Championships.
I want to see them broken.
Not gonna happen. Sorry, I lost faith. They're still in a legal battle. Apparently, I was looking at it.
Still in it?
Yeah.
What the heck?
So that's great. There's nothing. The Hardys attack the Revival afterwards, but nothing special. They just do finisher, win. So the main event of Monday Night Raw came down to Ambrose and Rollins, you remember from last week, versus The Miz and The Miztourage. Before this, they had a segment backstage where Rollins was kind of trying to convince Dean Ambrose that Rollins was on his side still, but Ambrose wasn't having any of it. Rollins was trying to come up with a game plan, saying, we got 3 guys to worry about. We have to have a good plan. Ambrose says, "No, you have 3 guys to worry about. I have 4 guys to worry about." And then he walks off, leaving Rollins kind of burned. Which is funny because he had a shirt that said "Burn It Down." He's got a new T-shirt, so. Anyway, Rollins and Ambrose end up having a really nothing match. Sadly, it was a good length. It was about 15 minutes, but it didn't make anyone look good but Ambrose and Rollins. Miz looked terrible. Miz was in a 3-on-2 handicap match, and he ends up taking the fall.
That's dumb. I think that, like, I don't know, Curse Axel should take the fall.
Anyone else. But Ambrose and Rollins are a great team still. They had some pretty cool combos in the match. Miz had Ambrose for the skull crushing finale. He was about to do it, and Rollins did a springboard knee like he usually does, knocking Miz down, and then right after Rollins got out of the way, Ambrose hit a dirty deeds to get the win. They had some really good combo stuff, but afterwards, Miz and Rollins kind of hugged it out. You do when
Miz and Rollins.
I'm sorry, Rollins and Ambrose kind of bro hug it out. So much adrenaline, you're just like, yeah, we won. Rollins goes for the Shield signature fist thing. I shouldn't say that, but you get the picture. You know what it is if you know what the Shield is. And Ambrose just kind of shakes his fist to himself and just kind of like, yeah, I won, and then just rolls out of the ring and walks away. He refuses, kind of nonchalantly, but he doesn't diss Rollins. He's just kind of like, I'm not ready for it, dude. We're not there yet in this relationship. Wait a little longer. Let's take it slow. We'll get there soon.
I'm liking this, though, because, we're slowly building back what Seth Rollins destroyed.
Yeah, the Shield. I don't want Reigns to win the Universal Championship. Partially because I want a Shield reunion. Because last week, I'm not going to get into it again, because I got into it last week about how Reigns can become liked again by using him in the Shield.
Yeah.
So I would like that to happen still. If they can do that, that would be great. So that was basically all of Monday Night Raw. Nothing too special. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't anything really good. The main event was kind of lackluster. Overall, not a very good 2 days of wrestling. Hopefully SmackDown can bring us up from that.
If not, I'll just like I don't know, sit in a corner and cry or something.
Just watch some New Japan. That's
There we
always
go.
backup. Even if you don't get some good WWE stuff, you'll at least get 1 or 2 good matches on one episode of New Japan. So there you go.
Even if you don't know anybody or understand the language.
You don't have to. Well, they have it in English. They have commentators. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about? Discuss?
Nope.
All right. Well, you can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on CarAlarm at Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter at CarAlarm Podcast.
You can follow us on Facebook. You type in the search bar at signing car alarm. There's our page for our videos. Go watch us there.
And like us. We are CarAlarm.
Peace out.
Thanks for watching.